Hello, and thank you for downloading Daliku. This quick walkthrough is going to show you how to start using Daliku with clients, your clients, and your opportunities. This is the splash screen. There's a 5-step start with Daliku instruction set, which you can follow. And in a sense, we're going to do it. We're going to do it through this video right now. So first things first, start adding your clients. Click on clients, go to new client. The fields with asterisks are mandatory, so we're going to start putting names here. Jane Smith is my contact, and the company name is going to be Acme Furniture, just as an example. The rest of the fields are not mandatory, but it's usually a good idea to add a cell phone for your clients, and an email is also a great idea for safekeeping. So everything is full to my liking. We've entered all the information. I'm going to save it. And now I have my first client entered into the system. The company name is Acme Furniture, and my contact is Jane Smith. To edit anything in Daliku, including this contact, which I entered just now, for example, I see that Smith is not capitalized. I want to change that. I will go and click on 3 dots, click on edit, and then I have an opportunity to change to a capital S and resave. And I can obviously continue and add more and more customers. Rolling Gears is the customer name. In this case, I only have a work phone. Area code 465, etc., etc. I'm going to click on save, and now I'm going to see 2 customers and 2 contact names. This is the way to populate my customers area and my clients area. The next menu item that I want to go to is opportunity types. Opportunity types is a good place for you to list the type of goods and services that you sell. If you're in the furniture business, you would put in furniture, tables, chairs, beds, etc. If you sell apparel, you could state purses, jackets, etc. In my case, let's say I am in the auto parts business, and I have an opportunity type which is gears. I'm selling gears. I'm going to go save. I'm going to add another one. Let's say this is going to be transmission. That's another thing I sell. And we can continue populating it. Usually you won't see too many items here unless your product catalog is very large. Everything here, of course, is fictional. And I'm just using these 3 product catalogs to articulate what it is that I'm selling, and you'll see in a second how it comes in handy. And the next interface would be to add opportunities. I'm going to click on opportunities. This is an area where you start seeing a lot of columns related to the various opportunity types that you have, and also some total projections. And I'll show you how to start populating this area. You go to new opportunity. Asterisk means it's mandatory, so I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to say transmission parts. That's just the name of the opportunity. Opportunity ID is not mandatory, but this is a good place to put your internal numbering system so you know how to connect it to your internal systems and so forth. And this is where you see the customer, which we filled in previously, and you can select from Acme Furniture or Rolling Gears. And in this case, the customer is Rolling Gears. I can add a description for the opportunity, selling 1,000 units by February in the New York area locations. Region, I can state my region, and we'll talk shortly about how to customize those. For right now, I'm going to go USA. The year is going to be 2017. I have an opportunity to also select quarter. Revenue is mandatory, asterisk, and I'm going to say $20,000, just as an example. And here's my cost. If it's zero, so be it. If I have a cost, I have a good way to articulate it here. My odds of success for this opportunity are 75%. Discounts, if I have any, currency is USD, and the status is going to be, this is a qualified lead, and I'm going to add myself as the project owner. The system, as soon as I put in my first name, the system is going to find all matches, and I have a way to add me as the owner. There's other fields here that are not mandatory: product, service, start date, etc., etc. It's a good thing. It's a good idea to work with start date. So let's say start date is going to be December 28th. And we mentioned before we want it done by February. So let's say end date is going to be February 17th. And now I have an option to select the opportunity type. Remember, we entered that before. This is my product catalog. And if I go there, I have an option to say this is my transmission product catalog. Same goes for next step. I could articulate what I want as far as next steps, but it's not mandatory. When I go save, this new opportunity is going to show up on my dashboard. And now I can see a bunch of information related to this one opportunity. I have my ID, the name, the customer name, region, all those other fields that I filled in previously are now displayed on the system. If we want a little more screen real estate, Daliku has a feature that hides the left menu, hide menu, or show menu if we need to navigate somewhere else. For the purpose of the rest of this demonstration, I'm just going to hide the menu so I can put more on the screen. And now I can see the entire parameters for this rolling gears transmission part opportunity. In addition, Daliku automatically calculates my totals. My total revenue is, well, the only opportunity I have, $20,000. My total cost is, again, just zero. My margin is, well, $20,000. And Daliku also does a factored revenue, which is your total times your odds. So in this case, because the odds are 75%, it's $15,000 for the factored. My cost is still going to be zero, and my margin is $15,000. Let's add another opportunity and see what happens to the totals. Right now it's at 20. Let's see if I add another 30,000 opportunity. So this one is going to be, let's work with a gears type of opportunity. I'm going to go 1,000 gears. Actually, yeah, 1,000 gears is fine. Again, opportunity ID is not necessarily, it's not a mandatory field, but we need to, it's a good idea to add it. Account name is absolutely mandatory. I'm going to go again with rolling gears. Description we'll skip for now. I'll skip everything but the mandatory fields because I want to show you what happens with the total. So this opportunity is $30,000. The cost now is going to be, let's say, $10,000. For my cost, my odds are going to be 50% for this one. And everything else I'll leave. I'll just add my name as, again, the owner of the opportunity. But everything else, opportunity type is going to be gears now. And I'll leave the rest blank just to get back to the total screen. I could see now that my total revenue is 50,000. My cost is 10,000 because that's my total. I only have a cost around this 1,000 gears opportunity, and my margin is 40,000, as well as I have an accurate description of all my factored numbers. My factored revenues, again, 50,000 times the average of 75 and 50. My total cost factors is $5,000 because my cost for this one opportunity is $10,000 at 50%, and this would be my margin for the year. And we can see that the factored margin is now lower than before because we reduced the percentage for this one opportunity to 50%. The next item we're going to look at is how to customize any one of these fields. In order to customize, for example, region. Right now, region has USA or Canada, but let's say I want to work with only my area, say the New York State or area, and I want to work with various cities within the New York State area. So I have the ability to change region to actually say area, and then I could change the drop down to say different cities. So for example, if I'm going to go to a brand new opportunity right now, I'll show you that region has USA and Canada. I'm going to cancel out of this opportunity right now, and I'm going to go into my customization screen and customize the region drop down to show different items. So in order to do that, I'm going to go into list settings. I'll find region right here. There it is. I'm going to change region to area just because that's what we said before. And I'm going to change my choice of fields from USA and Canada. I'm going to go to New York City is one area, maybe Buffalo is another area, oops, Buffalo, and Rochester would be another area. And that's it. Let's just go with 3 for right now, and I'm going to go OK. Going back to Daliku, I will see, going into opportunities, I will see that area, well, what used to be region is now area. And if I go into a new opportunity and start a brand new opportunity, I will see area instead of region, and instead of USA and Canada, my drop downs are going to be New York City, Buffalo, and Rochester. And now I have a new opportunity. Let's say this is going to be chairs. Let's say 1,000 chairs or 500 chairs in Buffalo. And this one's for Acme Furniture. And this one's going to be still in USD. The revenue is going to be 10,000 and my cost is going to be 1,000. And my odds are going to be 100%. This is a great opportunity. I won this opportunity. It's 100%. No more mandatory fields. I'm just going to go save. And now I have Buffalo as my area. My totals are changed. My revenue has changed. My cost has changed. Everything is now changed. I have the ability to configure in the same way that I've done area. I can configure any one of these columns with the exception of the mandatory ones, such as revenue. We cannot change that. Cost, we cannot change that. Odds and opportunity name, those fields have to stay the same. But for every other field, we have a feature to change that as we please, as well as add new columns if we want to. So for example, if I'm going to go back to my list and I'm going to go list settings, and I'm going to add a new column. And for example, I'm going to say This is a follow-up column. This is going to be a choice, and I have my options: follow-up yes, or follow-up no. Just two choices for this one. I'm going to go OK. Going back into the opportunity and adding a new opportunity, I now have the ability, first of all, here the follow-up column is here. We just added it. And when I add a new opportunity, clicking on it now, I can say opportunity name is going to be, let's say 100 tables, and it's again with Acme Furniture, and again the revenue is going to be, say, $2,500. My cost is going to be $100, and my odds pretty likely 75%. I'm just going to go with the mandatory. I don't have a proper opportunity type here, so I'm just going to leave it as none for now. My follow-up, which is the new field I just added, I could go no or yes and click on save. And now I'll hide the menu, and I could see that I just added a new opportunity for Acme Furniture with follow-up equals no. Obviously, because of this new opportunity, my totals have changed as well, 62.5, and all the forecast area has changed as well. Okay, so I took the liberty of adding a few more opportunities and clients. Continue clients such as the Toronto Zoo, Shoes and Stuff, and a lot of additional opportunities in my dashboard. And now I'd be able to show you some of the cool stuff that Daliku can do around forecasting and some of the dashboard functionality. So for example, I have a whole bunch of opportunities ranging from 2016 to 2017 and 2018. And I would be very easily, I would be able to very easily filter and pinpoint a specific year. As I do that, for example, 2017, which was the year I just chose, as I do that, the dashboard changes and shows me only the 2017 opportunities, and also the forecast changes. The revenue is changing to reflect only 2017, cost only for 2017, margin, the factored revenue, everything reflects what I have involved in 2017. If I add 2018, which I'm going to do right now, you'll see that the totals change. Essentially, I'm adding now the totals, the revenues and the costs and the margins for 2018. I'll go back to 2017 for just a second, and I want to show you that you could do additional filtering. It doesn't have to be just the one column. You could say, how about we break it down? 2017, show me what's going on in Q1 of 2017. And the dashboard changes. Now I'm seeing only 4 opportunities, and my totals change accordingly, 180. But I could keep on going on. I could say, you know what, show me the first year. Show me the first half of 2017. So I'm going to add Q2, and I could see that my totals change, and I see a lot more opportunities as well. And so on and so on. Show me opportunities in 2017 for the first year that are at 100%, something that I already won. There's just one of them. It's $100,000 worth. And it's with Shoes and Stuff, the big box Bathurst is the name of opportunity. And I can see that it's an opportunity type shoes. It's one of my product lines that happens to be shoes. If I want to do some work around, you know, specific product lines, I could say, let's clear all the filters right now, and I'll show you what you could do around filtering with a product line. If this is all my products, I could say, show me all my opportunities that happen to be related to shoes. And it changes to show only one opportunity, and as always, the totals change as well. What about shoes and purses? How's that? 2 opportunities. And if I, feel like adding food supply, then I get 4 opportunities and the total change as well. So the filtering and the sorting, everything you see here is sortable, ascending or descending across all the fields. Show me my revenue in largest on top. So descending. The filtering and the sorting is a very powerful feature of Daliku. Another great feature to work with is the search. In order to do that, I will cancel this filter, in a sense going back to all my opportunities, and I'll show you the search feature. If I don't know exactly what I'm looking for and I have a whole bunch of opportunities, I could search by any type of value that is in my opportunity columns. For example, I know that somewhere here there's something to do with gold. Either the customer name is gold, the opportunity is gold, something with gold. I will go in and put in gold, enter, and I found the one opportunity where the opportunity name is Gold Beam Structure. It's with rolling gears, and I see it, and the totals update as well. Say, what about gears? If I go show me anything to do with gears, same thing. Rolling gears is the client, and I find all the opportunities to do with rolling gears, and this is a filter in a sense, with the totals updating as well. This has been a demonstration of some of the basics of Daliku. I hope you found it useful. Please feel free to try it out, play with the systems. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, send us an email at info@daliku.com.